Hello, everyone, and welcome.
Morning.
Can't talk. Hey, Jim. Hey, Linda. Glad you could join us this morning. I did turn the ads off this morning, Jim, so shouldn't be any interruptions this morning. Anyway, so they've already been and destroyed my kitchen and left. Actually, it's not destroyed. They actually did what they needed to do and left. So they were here early. I was laying in bed and I thought somebody's out there. Actually, we had our furnace, getting our furnace serviced, and then also then the contractor came for the kitchen. So it's been a crazy morning already. But anyway, so I'm here with Daria. Daria, you want to say hello?
Hello, everybody.
So
I'm here.
welcome.
Welcome. Hi. I don't know. That's why Shanna does all the talking.
Uh, welcome, Patricia. Glad you could join us. I didn't put the comments on the stage last night, Jim. Linda, I don't think you were there, but last night, Jim, I could not get the live to end. There was no button. I'm sure you saw me. I was like, "What?" There was no button to end the stream, and I was like, "What do I do? What do I do?" So I just closed the windows out, and then Janice said it is still running. So then I had to actually went back into StreamYard into that same live, and then I had to click go live again, and then I had to click in. So I was like, what in the world? So I'm hoping we don't have that problem this morning. We did have a little problem getting started. StreamYard did a whole bunch of updates to their system, and I think they messed something out. I did send them, you get a pop-up box when you're done that says, how did the stream go? Thumbs up or thumbs down. So I gave them a thumbs down and I put in there that I couldn't close it out. And so they immediately sent me an email back and said that there's something that they're working on. So I don't know if we'll experience that today, but I was like sitting there, there's no button. There's no button. How do I go? Anyway, so it's pretty funny at the end. And I didn't even edit that. So people that watch the replay are going to see me and they're just scrambling, trying to figure out what to do. But anyway, so what we're doing this morning is we are working with Kendra's Card Challenge, and I'm going to ramble, Daria, and then you can pop in whenever you want. But we've got the KCC 20 card sketches. I'm going to be working with at least 1 through 3 this morning, maybe if I get that far. But what we're doing is I kind of had a new little take on it, and we're going to use these card fronts. Where you wouldn't normally think to use this on Kendra's Card Challenge, but I came up with this idea the other day, and I made 3 of them. I thought I was on page 1 of Kendra, but I was actually on page 2, and so I wound up doing sketch 4, which was this one. And so basically, I just cut the strips according to the sketches, and then I layered them, and I kind of popped them up so that you could see, trying to get a view so you can see the different levels. I don't know if you can see that, how I did it. Like I popped one up, glued one down so that I had some, um, there we go. You can kind of see it there, how you've got the different layers where I've cut it. And this one was just single strips. And then this one, you can certainly tell, I tried to recreate the scene. Like I, I cut part of the scene out and then I cut the other part that would go with it and kind of tried to line up the trees and did those. And then this one was simple. You just cut your scene apart and I added some ribbon to it. And then this was fun. I had to die cut some circles out to continue the scene and add them. So just a different way of using Kendra's Card Challenge. Instead of using the different pattern papers, just using a panel and slicing and dicing it and make it interesting. I did that because I was trying to think of, I was like, gosh, I'm a card maker, an A2 panel you just slap on there and you're good to go, which is fantastic for quick cards on the go, people that are just learning. Hey, Jana, welcome. And that type of thing. And of course, you could cut it down a little bit and put a layer behind there and add some interest and stuff. But I was like, how can I really step this up? So I um, was trying different ways. And so that's what we're working with. I'm working with the Christmas Bakery Goods card front. I'm not sure. There was just a little left in the shop, and she's going to get some more in. So I'm not sure if they're there or not. But these are absolutely gorgeous. just little bakery scenes. And I'm going to give you a hint. I'm backtracking and I'm going to do sketch one on this. And so sketch one has got all of these little bitty pieces. And so I'm going to cheat. I'm going to use the cover sheet that has almost the perfect sizes for those. And I'm going to cut those apart, and that's going to be sketch one. So you can even use your cover sheet. That's what I'm going to do this morning. So anyway, that's what I'm doing. Daria, you want to talk and show what you've got and what you're doing?
Well, first, I just want to thank Shanna for showing me how to take panels and use Kendra's card sketches, because I have some panels at home too. So I made these 2 cards using the panels, and I think they came out great, if I have to say so myself. But I'm just going to be making, using the sketches as they come. I'm going to use the Rustic Christmas paper pack from Not Too Shabby, and also the Christmas tea ephemera that goes with it. And then I've got some enamel dots, and who else knows what else I'll be adding. But I'm going to be doing sketch 1 and 3 as well. So we'll see what happens.
All right. And that was the perfect intro because I was able to run and grab my coffee.
Great.
They had turned off the coffee machine, so I had to turn it back on to try and get some coffee real quick, and I forgot, so I had to run and get it. Anyway, so we're just going to get started. And like I said, I'm just going to cut up this cover sheet and use these for my sketch one because it'll fit perfectly. So we're just going to get going. I haven't done any cutting or anything. So anyway, you're up early, Jana, after last night. We watched Blossom
What time was she?
On TikTok. She is dabbling in TikTok a little bit before she decides to do YouTube. And she was assembling these cubies, which I have never seen before. Maybe you guys know what they are. I'm going to keep this just so I can, if I do another video, I can talk about it. But anyway, she was assembling Mario Brothers Cubie last night. And so we were watching that last night and checking it out. So I was watching, but I was also emptying things out of my kitchen as I was watching her. So I'd never seen those cubies. They're kind of like, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about,
I don't know.
I didn't either. They're kind of like Legos, only they're called cubies, and they're 3Ds. Like she was making this big Mario, and it had a, it's very 3D. The head was like this big, and the body and everything, and lots and lots of pieces and stuff. So it was interesting, kind of outside of my, you know, area of knowledge. So it was kind of fun to watch that and just to listen to her. She's funny. So it was fun. We did that, and that kept me entertained as I was emptying everything out of my drawers and cupboards and stuff. Anyway, so that's what I did last night. So I'm just cutting these down. These squares are going to be slightly smaller than the sketch, but I don't think anybody's going to have a tape measure out measuring my
Nope.
sketch. So I think we'll be okay. And I needed, let's see, I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of these little squares for this.
Yeah.
And I can pick any of these. And I'm wondering if there's another sketch that's going to have pieces this size that I could bring them in and use for it as well.
there
I'll
is.
have to look. Is there?
I think there is.
Okay. I thought there might be. So let's see. Quick, take a peek. How many do I have? 3, 6. I've got 8. That's what I think I said I needed. Just looking at these sketches. Oh yeah, sketch 10 has several of those as well, but I'm not gonna have quite enough for both of them because I've got 4 extras, and it looks like I will need, well, I could bring in some
Papers.
paper,
Yeah.
some blank papers to kind of go in between them. I could certainly do that. Let's go ahead and cut them apart. And part of them have like the little logo of the Not Too Shabby on there, so I'll have to trim that off. Just trim it down a little bit. Anyway, so you guys know I've done Kendra's Card Challenge for quite a while. I've been on the team for quite a while. And so I just thought it's fun to kind of get creative. Plus, provide some, as a team member, I want to try and provide a little bit of inspiration. for people that are joining and learning the challenge. So I thought it was kind of a fun new way to work with it. So
Well, you inspired me, and I've been making cards for 30 some years.
yay! I did something. I forget who I was watching the other day, and it wasn't card making, but they were talking about that whole imposters. What I don't know, what are they? Syndrome. I don't know. Is it called a syndrome or whatever? Where you feel like you're doing this, but you're an imposter because you really don't know what you're doing, or you think you don't, or whatever. Sometimes I have that. I struggle with, oh, what do I know? But you learn.
You
Anyway,
know,
that's what I'm doing, just learning.
and
So.
sharing what you learn is how everybody else learns.
Yeah. Mini micro blocks is what Janice says. And she says
Okay.
some sets have 30,000 pieces.
Oh my goodness. Oh,
Yeah. And Jana's also putting a plug in for Not Too Shabby Mood Board Challenge. They have a monthly mood board challenge in which they give you some inspiration, some color inspiration and kind of theme inspiration. And you can go to the Not Too Shabby shop, look at the blog. I've linked it in the description box below. You can look at that. And every month they roll out a inspirational board, mood board challenge. And you can create your card, take a picture and upload it, and you have a chance to win. So that is a fun thing that Not Too Shabby is doing. I need a card base and some background panels. I think I'm going to do red. Anyway, so that's a fun thing that you can do. I don't know if you guys like, if they're different, if you like different challenges and stuff, you can certainly participate in those. Very fun. So on the video where I did this first one, I said I'm combining two of my favorite things, Not Too Shabby and Kendra's Card Challenge. So that is not a card base. That is a piece of paper. So I don't know. It sounds really like it's windy or something out. The trees aren't moving. I don't know. Maybe that's the highway that I'm hearing. So I'm just going to start by getting my panel laid down on here, and then we'll start layering this up. Keep it on there so it doesn't dry up. I got to stand up over the top of this, get it lined up.
yeah. I cut out all my little squares and then I took a picture of them so that I
Oh,
remember
that
what side I was using.
that is a great idea. Now these are single-sided here, so I
Mhm.
don't have that, but I am going to have to figure out how I'm going to arrange them, which I haven't gone that far yet, but they're all little. These are, all the seeds of the papers, but they're just all, fun little bakery type things. So I think they'll look really super cute together. And then I brought in just a square, kind of a stitch die, and then I just cut a piece of cardstock that we'll layer that up with. And then I think this is where our cinnamon's going to go. We'll have to figure out what we're going to do. But anywho, now this actually calls for 2 layers. What am I going to do? Because I put that down. Let's bring in, let's bring on a brown and we'll layer it up. I think that'll look good on there. Okay. I kind of got ahead of myself. I should have put craft down and then red on top of it like I did this, but it'll be all right. So this calls for a 4 by 5 1/4. All right. So what's everybody up to? Let's see. You like the 1 by 1 squares for an interesting background. It's like creating a quilt. Yes. Jana said she had a storm roll through and there was a tornado about 30 miles away in Mississippi.
Oh,
It was a
wow.
crazy storm.
Glad
Patricia,
she's safe.
yeah. Patricia says we learn from each other. She's learned quite a few tricks from me. Well, thank you. I'm glad. I'm glad I can share something, but it's fun. It's just fun. It surprises me. I had somebody watch a really, really old video the other day and commented on there, and I was like, oh, people are actually watching it. Old stuff. You know. And well, I must have cut that wrong. Is that going to work? Something's not right. Ugh, we got a mess here. What are we going to do? We're going to start over. I did a video on a Cricut thing, a Cricut thing that was really old, and the gal said she was trying to figure out how to do a thing. So she must have done a search on it. And I must have, and that was back in the day when I had no idea what I was doing. So I must have labeled it in a manner that she was able to
Find it.
find what she was looking for the particular project, which is funny because back then I had no idea. Now I'm using Chat GPT for everything, and it writes, your description boxes and stuff, and it really does help kind of clean it up and make it include everything and all that. Oh gosh, trying to get this laid down on here. Something's crooked. All right, there we go. All right, now we're ready to start figuring out how we want to layer little pieces on here. Have you got yours laid down already? Show me what you got.
Oh, it's just about done.
Oh gosh. I'm
But
doing too much.
Just
I'm
cut
doing
out
too much talking, not enough working.
No, I had everything cut out so that I was.
Yeah.
It's not on the card base yet, so.
I think we're gonna start. I'm gonna have like a progression of the story. Here's the out. Oh, wait a minute. We're gonna start here with this. This is no, we want to go this way. We're kind of coming up to the store. Here's the front of the store. Actually, I want to do it like that. So we've got the storefront. Oh, golly, maybe not. Here we go.
Yeah, so
We've
I
got
did,
the snowy
this
scene.
thing again, which I shouldn't have. Put the stickles on before I put the card on the card base.
Oh, man, now you're not going to be able to touch it. You're going to mess it up.
Okay, we're good. That one's done.
All right.
All right. So.
This is so pretty. I love it. How many am I supposed to do here? 4? I've kind of got little different sizes going on here, but I don't even mind that. Some of them I cut a little bit thinner than others.
This is going to be a twofer because of the way I plan on cutting the papers. So.
How many am I supposed to have? I'm going to have to trim them down a little bit. Okay.
3, 4, 3.
Okay, what's the chat doing? Use the stitch die cuts to add the quilt effect.
Oh.
That's a good idea. That would be nice if I had the right size to do that. I don't know. I'm gonna cut them down a little bit. Get them kind of similar. And honestly, I'm not even paying attention to the measurements of them, so. This one I could cut down. I gotta get 4 on there. I don't like that one. What's that? Trying to figure out which ones I want. There we go. Look at the sketch, and then I need 2 more across the bottom here. Trim that one down a little bit. This one has the label on it, so I need to trim that off. Okay. Oh my goodness, it moved and it's crooked now. So I was telling Daria we'll be eating out today and tomorrow and the rest of the week probably. So which is
I
not,
said that's not a problem.
yeah, no problem there. No cooking. Kitchen's closed. Okay. Or a marker for a similar look. Hey, Yvette, how are you? Glad you
Hi,
could join
Yvette.
us. We are taking card panels and we are creating Kendra's card sketch with them. So I actually, for the one I'm doing here, I actually took the card, the packaging that had all the little pictures of the papers, and I'm adding it to this, is what I'm doing. So this one's a little bit wide. And I'm just willy-nilly cutting them down. No measuring going on here. Just kind of hacking them off. Oops, literally. And we're gonna go with that. My stomach is growling. Cut a little bit of this off. So Pat said when he gets done working out, we'll go to do brunch, which that's nothing new for us. You guys know on Mondays we always go
Yep.
For breakfast. So that's our regular to-do thing. All right, now I can get these laid down. Daria's already got hers assembled, and what does that look like? It's just more narrow. I like that one better. All right.
My goal is to beat Shanna and how many cards I make.
You're going to do it. You're going to do it. Now, Yvette's a speedy crafter, too. Yvette can get it done as well. So, all right. Now I need those little glass board trays where you swipe your junk off your table and
Oh,
that's
yeah.
it. Yeah. I didn't get those, and I probably don't need them. It's just one more thing that I don't need in my craft room.
I know the feeling.
At some point, I said I looked up and I was like, how did I get all this stuff? What happened here? But I did do a nice little de-stash the other day and got rid of stuff and got organized, so that was nice. But yeah, I think it'd be more fun to pop these up. Let's do that. I've got this handy dandy thing I got off of Amazon, and it's a container for your foam squares. It actually, I don't have it fed through there. You can actually feed it through this little window here, and then you can pull them off and then rip it off is how it works. But I don't know. Picked that up on Amazon. I thought, well, that's interesting. I don't, I just use cheap foam tape. I don't buy anything special. I know some people are probably more particular about it than I am, but whatever works. Yeah, so you could use like a white gel pen to make it look stitched. You could use a black marker depending on what color your panel is. That would be fun. This one's going to be tight, I think. I might have to trim that one down a little bit. It's on the same side. I'm just trying to keep them somewhat similar. If I was, I'm not a perfectionist crafter by any means. I'm like just an eyeballer, just kind of eyeball it.
Yeah, like T says, it's not Hallmark, it's handmade.
Right on. Somebody has that for their YouTube handle.
Oh, do they?
Yeah,
That's cute.
I've seen it. I've watched it. I don't know if it was like a craft room video that sucked me in, and I saw that and I was like, oh, that it was something that kind of drew me in, and I was like, oh, that's a cute little handle. So Jay said last night, now it shows your handles in the chat instead of so the names look a little bit different. Like Jim's is L Pool Jim. I think that's what it says, L Pool.
No.
Look, yeah. Anyway, so they're appearing a little bit different to us. So it looks like another beautiful day here in Indiana.
Same here, except chilly. It's not supposed to get out of, it's like 52 of high today.
Oh, is it? I have not looked at the temperature, and I have not been outside. I actually did hold the door open for them to carry stuff out, but it didn't feel bad. So I'm not complaining. We had a couple of dreary days the other day, and I was like, oh, it's here. I'm not a winter person by any means. What did I just knock off on the floor? I like sunshine and warm weather. That's what I like.
Let's see. See.
Yeah, so I'm having to cut these down to try and make them fit. Ah.
So our granddaughter had a good game yesterday. They lost, so they didn't move up to the Super
Oh,
Bowl.
bummer. But she
But
played well.
But she scored the last touchdown, so
Awesome.
for her team, yep.
Awesome. That's what matters.
Yeah, so she's really getting into the game now. I
Cool.
think she understands it a little better than she did before.
Yeah. I remember those days traveling with Hannah and Courtney when they had their different sports and stuff. It was really fun.
Yeah.
You kind of miss it. But Pat, he still he'll go to games at the school and watch. I don't because I went to watch my kids, but he'll go and watch. He follow. Of course, you know, I've told you guys he officiates.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's very sports. He's not officiating these sports. He officiates track and field, and so he enjoys all sports. But I've got too much other stuff going on with all my crafting and my other hobbies that usually when he's doing sports, I'm in here trying to create a video or something for my channel, doing something. Yeah, this doesn't look quite.
Yeah, this week was good for my grandkids because our 16-year-old granddaughter plays volleyball, and the girls' team won. They're moving on to the next, I think, the semifinals now.
Hopefully everybody can still see everything.
What's up? I can see everything.
You can? I hope
Yeah,
they can because I've lost my screen. StreamYard is, oh gosh. Are you there?
I'm there. I can see you. I can see me.
Okay. All right. Hang on.
Okay.
We'll just keep going. It's just, it's.
Can the other people see you?
It looks like it. Jana, let me know if everything's still there. StreamYard is being a stinker. I'm back in and I think I can see everything, but
Okay.
yeah, it is being a real stinker. It was last night and you can see in here. Okay. My screen just went boop and I was like, oh, everything's gone. And it said, it had like a blank StreamYard screen that says try again. And I'm like, oh no. So yeah, it's been last night couldn't end it because the button wasn't there. And I think it's due to the fact that they are doing all of these different updates
Well,
and
my
stuff.
husband, being in IT, said he dreaded updates.
Yeah.
Because there were always issues.
And that's I think exactly because when I logged in yesterday, it was saying, oh, you got this. I do have an end button right at the moment. I do. And I did yesterday when I started, but I didn't when it was time to end. So you just don't know what's going to happen. But yeah, when I logged in, they were like, this is new and that's new and check this out. And I was like, okay. And then we went kapooty. So, but yeah, I was just hanging out there trying to figure out how to end it. And Jana was trying to help me. I was like, oh my gosh. I certainly don't want it running all night while I'm about my house doing whatever. Oh, that'd be a nightmare.
Well, that's like I was talking to Jim today, and I must have hit the microphone on Alexa because all of a sudden she comes, and I was talking about the cat being trapped in my craft room. I didn't even know he got in here, and we were looking for him and found him in my craft room. So I was talking about it, and she goes, "Oh, there must be," oh, I said, "Oh, wasn't too traumatic for him." And she goes, "Oh, there's a story here. Can you tell me what it is?" I'm going, she's having this conversation with me.
Oh my gosh. I've had that happen and I tell her, stop listening. Yeah, you never know. I'm telling you, we got some things in our home. I think we've got some spying going on for sure. Anyway, so I think for this one, I will use the Christmas calories don't count because this is the bakery shop and we'll just use it. We're gonna have to cut it down though because it's way too big for what I want to use. So we're gonna cut it apart.
Yeah, I
Let's
need that
see.
one for mine. Christmas calories don't count. I've
Well,
got
we all need that just for life in general. I had a brownie this morning, just saying.
oh, okay.
And
Well, I was good. I just had my eggs and my
that's,
coffee. Still
well,
drinking my coffee.
I don't know if I can cut this apart without destroying something. I can't tell if I'm on the line or not. I'll use my scissors. Normally we fast and we don't eat until lunchtime, but this morning I was like, that brownie is calling my name. I've been kind of on I don't know if it's the change in the seasons or what, but I've been on this bad eating habit lately, which is not like me. I've been eating I've been eating carrot cake and pumpkin rolls, brownies and cookies. Oh my gosh.
They're so good.
I know it's definitely the change of season. And like yesterday, I normally follow a low carb diet. And yesterday we had the double carbs um, with our chicken and noodles and mashed potatoes.
I was listening to that this morning and I'm going,
Yeah.
well, I could put out the chicken and I could have maybe the peas. Couldn't have any of the other stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not because I'm low carb. It's my body would say, I don't like this and I'm going to hurt.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So
That's
yeah,
a
I can't
shame.
eat a lot of carbs. I can't eat corn. I can't eat white.
Uh,
I mean,
and yeah. And that corn is so good. Pat is from our garden, or
I,
not our garden. Pat actually, um, he picks it up and then he puts up corn for the winter so that we have it. We don't do corn in our garden, which we could, but we don't. Indiana, there is a theme park in Indiana. It was called Indiana Beach. I'm assuming it's still there. And their theme song was "There's more than corn in Indiana," because that's what is in Indiana. Everywhere you look are corn fields everywhere.
I've got to tell you something. We were camping in Indiana
Uh-huh.
and we were taking a walk and there's this hill and a sign in front of the hill that says dangerous hill, do not ride your bikes on or and vehicles on here. And my husband and I looked at each other and we had to laugh. We said, we've got bigger hills in our backyard than that.
Yeah, it's the flatlands of America. It is. We're the crossroads of America because I think we go through everything. But yeah, no, when you get down into southern Indiana, you'll get to see a little bit of hills, but it's nothing like, other places. It's just flat. I mean, I don't know. If I wasn't born here, I wouldn't live here. It's just a boring, flat, corny place. And we have winter. So anyway,
Yeah, we have winter, but we have the hills
yeah,
to go with the winter. So it's
yeah.
sometimes
Well,
nice.
that makes it challenging for sure.
Yeah, hills and no straight roads.
Yeah. Now we do have, um, being here in Indiana, we've got all the equipment to handle it all. I mean, when we have the snow, boom, boom, cleaned up, ready to go, Well, I know down south that it'll shut everything down,
Yep.
but not here. It's like, they're up while you're sleeping, getting the stuff out of the way so that everybody's moving when we get up. But yeah, I know down south they don't have that. We are prepared for it because we do get it. So,
Well, coming originally from Buffalo,
oh yeah.
I think the equipment here is lacking.
Oh, really? Yeah. Yeah, because you've
I mean,
used
it
to
does the
what
job,
they have.
not
Yeah.
Buffalo. It would never work in Buffalo.
No.
Never.
And they, I'm sure, have a lot bigger equipment than what we have
Oh
because the
yeah.
volume is so much greater
Other
there. But
towns have the same thing that our state has.
yeah.
The huge stuff. So
Yeah, you gotta have it to
I miss
move that stuff.
I miss the snow.
Well, you can have mine. I'll gladly
Okay,
give it to you.
send it over.
Hey, I got a card finished. I did it. I
Yay!
actually I could add a enamel dot and really call it finished because I do have some of the not too shabby enamel dots. She sent me some of those.
Yeah.
So we'll get one of those and put on there. Maybe two. Where's my little thing? Let's see. Last winter, that freak storm. Oh yes, Alabama had
Oh,
some snow last year. It was kind of fun and interesting. I don't know if they thought it was fun and interesting, but I thought it was interesting that they had some snow, which they normally don't.
yep. Yeah, and we had very little snow, very little.
Yeah, we didn't have a lot. We didn't. So I don't know. They say I don't. You know how they are. They never get anything right. Ryan Hall, I think, saying that we're supposed to have some snow this year, but and then Pat said he saw something else that said we weren't going to get any. I said, well, they keep saying we're going to get a bunch of snow, but
Yeah, we don't. Well,
yeah.
2 years ago, Jim and Chris were gonna go to a Bills game because our son-in-law said, "I wanted the Buffalo experience. I want a Bills game. I want beef on weck. I want wings. I want snow." He wanted all that.
All the
That
things.
year that it snowed, they got 7 feet of snow in the stadium.
Oh my gosh.
We told them to pray a little, not to pray so hard.
Yeah.
So then they went the next year with a week earlier in October then instead of November. And when they got out of the game at midnight, it was 70 degrees out. So you
Oh
never
yeah.
know. You never know.
Yeah, you don't. All right, I'm ready to move on to the next sketch. I've got this one done. I think this is fun. I think it's a fun use of this of Kendra's card challenge.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I've been very inspired.
Yeah. Hey
I'm not
Jay,
very.
welcome. Jay's here.
Hi,
Janice
Jay.
said Janice said last winter, oh no, she said after 8 years in Alaska, she's over the
Oh,
snow. I cannot imagine 8 years in Alaska. I
oh,
cannot
it's
imagine.
beautiful. It's beautiful. Except for the dark nights or dark days, the
Yeah,
short.
I think that would do me in because I like the light. Now this one with the panels, you've got like a section here that is a layer. And so I kind of tried to find one that didn't have a lot in that area that I could use. And so I'm going to go with that. So what I do, just to kind of give you, oh, you love that, Jana? Thank you. What I do is I take this and I figure out what my width is across that I need. So I need 1, 2, 3, and 3/4, and probably 5 that way. So then I'll go ahead and cut this down to that and get rid of that. And then I'll work with what's left to create the scene, with the panel. So I'm going to go down to 3. I'll take off 1/4 of an inch there. We'll spin around and we'll get 1/4 of an inch there. And what I'm doing is I'm basically bringing the scene in so that then I can start cutting them. I just felt like that was the best way to do it so that you can have your scene in your pictures. I might be able to cut a little bit more than that off of there. And then it does take off kind of that rustic edge that she had on there, but it doesn't matter. I just got to get it down to where I can cut the panels the way that I want it.
Do you have a decal edge die that you could cut the picture out?
I do. And you could kind of get, that edge on there, but I've already cut it and I don't have it
Okay.
out. So.
Okay, okay.
So next, what I'm going to do then is I know that I need these bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and cut them off. And then I can cut here and I'll be able to cut those. So that's what I'm going to do. Basically, you're going to just figure out how to finagle it so you can cut off what you need. So I need 1 1/4 for that. And then this one needs to be 1 1/4. Okay.
I'm just having a struggle party here.
Are you? So
Yeah.
basically, you just have to back into what you've got. So there is the bottom piece, and then there's that piece there. So now I have for this sketch, this is paper A, and this is paper C. And then I'm going to need I need a 1 1/4. Okay. And hopefully I won't mess this up. Yeah, I think I've got it. Okay. And then these two, Gotta get them in the right direction. Need to be 2.5. So cut them down. I don't want to do that. I think I want to take it off the top. No, it doesn't matter. Yes, I do. I want to take it off the top. So you kind of have to look at it and, visualize the scene, keeping the scene intact for your panels, if you want to do that. Actually, we're going to have a gap because we're going to have that there. We'll have a gap in that. And then this one, I think these are the scraps. I'll lay my scraps aside. And then this one I would need to take off the top as well to keep my scene going. Actually, 1.25. So, I mean, you got to think about it a little bit more than you do with when you just have a pattern paper to continue the scene. And hopefully I did it right. So there we go. Yes. So there we go. I think I cut it right. So anyway, that's what you got to do. You got to think about it a little bit harder than you would with your scene, with your panels. So I'm going to keep going with this craft and this red that I have. And I think I want to do it like that. So, all right, here we go. Hey, Anna, welcome. Glad you could join.
Hello.
I don't want to mess this up. What have I got going on here?
Just.
I think it goes like this. I got out of order there for a minute. Ooh, I did mess it up. Did I mess it up? I think I did. Where's that other piece? It's there. Oh, no. I think I messed it up. I might have to. All right. How did I do that? I have messed this one up. Oh, booger. Do I have another one? Let's see if I do. I think I used this one already.
Okay, if anybody cringes with
There we go.
stamp surgery, don't watch.
With what? Paper surgery or
Stamp surgery?
Oh, are you cutting up a stamp?
I
Oh
am.
oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. All right, we're gonna do this again. We can do it. We can.
Yes, you can.
We can. We're gonna do it right. I could cheese out and assemble it as I have it, but for the purposes of this, I want to try and do it right. Okay, so the bottom piece was right. I want to cut that thing off. I had it right. And here I was saying, you really got to pay attention. You do, because I wasn't thinking squarely. Okay, so there's that. And we're going to go here. Let's get it straight. Okay, so I've got that. That is correct. Then next, okay, I needed to cut off the bottom, not the top, is what I needed to do. It's not going to completely flow just because of the way that with the gap and that it calls for. In fact, we could probably just leave it and lay the thing over it is what we could do. But all right, there's that. And then this is 1.25. This is how you should do it. Like that. And then this one needs to be It's gonna go like that, and we're gonna cut the top of it off. Okay, I think we have recovered.
I knew you could do it.
I think we have. I think we have recovered. There, we have our panels the way they need to be. And these actually are supposed to be shorter, so I think I can do that. They are supposed to be 2.5. I think we got it. Do we have it? I think we do. All right. So what's everybody up to today? Very interesting watching the process. Well, thank you. I did mess that first one up, but we're getting there. What we're doing is just trying to create the sketches out of, did I turn that? I did. Out Kendra's card challenge sketches out of full panel cards. So we're just taking these full panel cards and trying to cut them down. So it is different. It's a different take on the sketch. We're just trying to change it up a bit. Daria and I both have done Kendra's card challenge for quite a while, so we're just changing it up a little bit and adding some fun to it. So and I'm not getting too crazy. You could take and distress the edges of this craft, and then like Jim said, we could use some markers and make them look like quilting, like quilts. You could do that. In fact, we could still do that later if we wanted to do that and make it look like a quilt, because it, specifically this particular card, because it looks like a kind of like a quilt. But anywho, that's what we're doing. So we got this one. We need to cut this one down. And I'm just using Michael's paper. I think this is kind of dull. This red is. It's I don't know if it is old. It might be old for my stash or whatever, but it's just kind of a dull looking paper. But it's just going to be underneath, so we'll use it. Use this stuff up. All right, we'll get this one laid down, then we'll layer those up. So I don't know. Do I have anything interesting going on this week? What have I got? I can't think. We're moving toward the first of the month, so we're gonna have our club things from Spellbinders, and Spellbinders does have a fun addition to an old club that's coming out that I've already done the card for, and it's super fun. Oh my gosh, I can't wait.
Can't wait. Can't wait.
I can't wait for it to air. It's gonna be fun. But other than that, I don't have any hops or anything this week, so it's gonna be. Basically, I'm gonna just be able to create with whatever I want. I guess I should say I have nothing, that is scheduled that has to run on my channel the rest of the week. So it'll just be Shanna's choice is what it's gonna be.
All right.
So
that's a good week.
Yeah, I can just, what I'm doing. Well, like last night, I'm bringing out some stuff that I only got to work with once and revisiting it like I did last night.
Yeah, well, I've been trying to dig deep into my stash, and like I said, you coming up with this idea of using it with Kendra's card challenge, it's going to help me destash my stuff. Like I said, I've got those little book pages and lots of little book pages, lots and lots of little book pages.
All right. It looks like I'm going to have to keep this margin really small on this to get everything to fit.
I am not happy.
You're not happy? Well, get happy.
Yeah.
It's crafting. You must be happy.
I'm just not happy.
Not coming together as planned.
Right. I picture one thing and another thing is coming up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's all right. You can just roll with it.
That's what I'm trying.
I'm just trying to get the.
We'll do that. Yeah.
Got some bells and whistles going on there.
Yeah. Well, sad thing is, my friend's husband died yesterday.
Oh no.
Yeah, and it's from Buffalo, so they're sending me message on what the plans are and stuff.
Oh no.
That's what's going on.
Sorry to hear.
Yeah, it's sad.
Okay. My watch is telling me you're almost there, you're making progress, get moving. And I'm just keeping this as tight as I can just to kind of keep my scene going. It's going to be slightly off just because we've got a little layer in between there, but I think it's fine. I like it. This one is certainly going together a lot quicker than the other one. All
Well,
those little pieces on the other one took me a minute to get, except for the fact I did have to cut this one twice.
yeah, but
Get
hey,
it.
it's looking good.
Yeah, it's going to work. All right. Bring it over a little bit. Now we've got the area there on our, whereas you would bring in like 2 layers and layer it up there. So we'll see what we want to do. Of course, we're going to continue on with the red and the craft. I do have, this could be a layer. Official cookie tester. We could use that. We could just,
Okay, this is sketch 3. I got 2 cards out of it because of the way I cut the paper. I didn't want to waste it.
hold it up. Let me see.
Okay, this is,
Very pretty.
and then this is the other one.
Wow.
Yeah,
You're just moving right along there.
yeah. I may be adding stuff to it later.
That's okay.
I can't.
It's not finished until it's finished.
Yeah, I can't think this morning.
This looks a little slightly crooked, but I'm not going to stress over it.
All right, so, and I don't want to lay this on top of my other card because the stickles are still drying, so I'm being smart.
That's good. I'm always, you know that, I don't know if you guys know that song, I'm in a hurry to get things done. I rush and rush until life's no fun. That's kind of how I am. So I need to slow down a little bit. I have this die that I think I can cut and it'll fit nicely in there. So we'll just use it for the craft cardstock. And it sounds like Lifeline is flying right overhead right now.
Oh, wow. That's
Yeah,
not good.
we are in direct route. I don't know I think maybe from our area to the Fort Wayne Hospital, and they fly over all the time.
We have one of those communities in our area where the people fly their planes to work.
Oh,
And their
wow.
helicopters and stuff, so we get their stuff over us all the time.
Wow.
Yeah, it's we have a little private airport, and around the airport they build a community of commuters, and they fly into Philly and to New York City for work.
I don't know. This one sounds like it's close. Like maybe it landed.
Ooh, that's
I
not
don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to check it out. I just opened the door for a minute. I don't know if it got louder, but I was like, that sounds really close. They have landed it in the parking lot across the street from our house before. There was a bad motorcycle wreck, and we actually had another bad motorcycle wreck recently, and I think I might have mentioned it on live, but they actually have landed it in the parking lot across the street from our house.
Wow.
In fact, I have seen it land on our street twice since we've lived here. There was another accident, and they've landed twice in our neighborhood.
Yeah, I don't like motorcycles. My granddaughter just bought herself one.
We had one for a while, and then once the grandkids come along, Pat's like, we're getting rid of it. So we did.
Yeah, well,
It was a Harley Davidson.
with Jim's history, we don't like him. His brother lost his leg,
Oh no.
because
Yeah.
somebody drove right into him, making a left-hand turn right into him,
Oh no.
and his cousin ended up under the car.
Oh my gosh, that's terrible. Um, I don't know if I should have used this craft color on here with these. I don't know if it's gonna work or not. What color that? I'm not hearing it now, so it's moved along.
Oh, good. Well, the one day our daughter, who is an EMT, wanted a cup of coffee, so she pulled up in front of the house to grab a cup of coffee on the
Uh-huh.
go. And next thing we know, the neighbors are calling, "Everything okay? You guys fine?" You know?
Oh yeah,
We
yeah,
said,
yeah,
"Yes, yes, it's only our daughter. She needed some coffee this morning."
yeah. That we always, you've got the EMT at your house. We've always got the state police at our house all the time. I think our neighbors are used to it because we could have 2 or 3 state cop cars in our driveway all at once.
Yeah.
If they all were, working and arriving and that. But anyway, but yeah, they're used to seeing. In fact, what was funny was Hannah lived with us for a little bit, and somebody said, "Is Pat a state trooper now?" I was like, "No, no, no, no. That is our daughter." So they're like, "Oh, well, we saw that car, in your driveway all the time." I'm like, "No, no, that's not him. That's her." So anyway. She's got a new one. They got new cars. So she's got
Oh,
they're
nice.
the SUVs now. She's got a nice
Okay.
new brand new SUV is what she's got. So anyway.
Yeah, we have a state trooper that lives right up the street from us too.
Do you? Oh, look, I've got these things are popping off. I got one stuck to my desk and one stuck to my finger. Put them back on there where they belong. Now, once they get stuck, that's one thing about your glass mat. Once you get stuck on your glass mat, it's hard getting it off and then it's toast after you're done because it loses all that's sticky on there and I'll have to clean that off. Throwing that over there in my trash can.
Okay, I picked the wrong paper. Of course I did.
Hey, I've got 2 cards. How we doing? It's almost 11 o'clock.
Wow.
I need to check the chat. We've been just chatting on here.
Yeah, how's the chat doing?
Yeah.
They're
let me just
ignoring us.
recap here.
Yeah, they're
Um,
ignoring us. They're just having fun together.
let's see. Anna said, got dinner prepped, floors washed while the granddaughter's sleeping. That's why she arrived late, but she's here. She uses a lot of Michael's paper for bases and panels. I do too. I've got quite a bit of that as well. She loves spellbinders. Patricia said it looks good to her. And Jim said, Daria, would popping up your die cuts make a difference on the appearance?
I did pop them up.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah,
Let
but
let
thank
me
you.
put you on the big screen and you can show him. And let's kind of recap a little bit. I got you on the big
Okay.
screen.
All right. Got this one.
Okay.
And
Tilt it a little bit.
the sentiment, I don't know if you can see it, the
Yeah.
sentiment, and
Yep.
they're popped up, yeah.
Yeah.
And then the
Very
same with this
pretty.
one. Same with this one, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe if I step away from them, I'll like them better. You know how it
Well,
is.
we're always our worst critics, so I'm gonna
Yeah.
go ahead and switch and I'll show mine. I think this came together nice. So you can see, we've
Oh,
just
I like
we've
that.
just
Oh, I like it
sliced the
a
scene
lot.
up and I just maybe this isn't the right sentiment for it, but it was the one that I had left, so I went ahead and cut it up and added it. But I think it looks, it's a bakery.
Nice.
Um, I don't know if we have cookies in our picture. It looks like maybe we have pies more than cookies, but anyway, I think it's a cute card.
That is, I like the way you did that. Very
And then
nice.
here's
Yeah.
the other one that I did as well. Just to, and this I used the cover sheet for the paper pack because we had all these little squares, so or triangles or whatever they are.
Oh,
I
that's
don't know. Or
terrific.
not squares, rectangles. Anyway, so there, I've got 2.
All
Let me
right.
look. What is my next one? Can I do it? Do we have time?
You tell me.
I think we do. Let's make one more. Pat's
Okay.
still at the gym working out. I think we can
All
get,
right.
I don't know what number are you on?
I am on basically number 3 because the other 2 were identical. So,
Okay, well, three doesn't look bad. I think we can crank that one out.
okay.
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 I
I'm
think
on,
we
I'm
can
on
do it.
sketch 8, which is pretty easy too. It's this one here. Just
Yeah.
so, and I've got the circles cut out already. Just
Yeah, I did sketch 8 already. Let me see. Sketch 8, I think. Yes, I did, and I left the circle off of it. I used the birds, and it just basically popped up one of the birds, and I left the circle off of it. It turned out nice. Okay, I need to get us back to side by side. There we go. All right, so let's get to working on sketch 3. And what I do is I look at the sketch and I kind of eyeball my panels and think what would be a good one for the sketch. I'm thinking the one, that one's pretty. I'm thinking this one here's the one I'm going to go with. So basically look at your sketch, look at your panels and see if you can kind of envision it. So, and then again, I've got 1 3/4, 2 3/4. So I'm going to need 3.5, right? 1, 2, 3.5 is what I'm going to need by 3, 4 3/4. 3.5 by 4 3/4 is what I need. So I got to get this panel cut down to 3.5 by 4 3/4. So
I can't even measure right today. Yeah, it's one of those days.
some days are better than others. 3.5, and I said 4 3/4.
See, as Jim says, some days you bite the bear, sometimes the bear bites you.
Yeah. Boy, he's got a lot of little
Oh, yeah,
cliches, doesn't he?
yeah, he does. And he has a song for everything as well.
Oh my gosh, that sounds like Pat. Pat, he has a lot of. I need this. Why did I put my paper trimmer up?
Well, the kid's got him a cup and it says Papa knows everything, and if he doesn't, he'll make it up.
This one is going to be simple to cut. We just have one cut that we need to make because it's 1 3/4 by 1 3/4. Actually, one cut this way and then a cut that way. So 1 3/4.
Again, didn't I? I did it again. I am.
There we go. This is going to be easy.
Maybe 3/4. Okay.
This needs to be cut at 3 now.
There we go.
Yay! This one's going to go quick.
Yes, I'm purposely cutting out strips of paper. Yeah. Good excuse for making mistakes.
All right, there we go. I think I got it.
Yay, I'm ready to put my card together now.
Okay. Oh yeah, this one's nice. Super, super simple. All right. And I think I like the red backing the panel and then the craft behind it.
Problem with this paper pack is both sides of the paper are beautiful and I can't always decide which side I want to use.
Yeah. But that's a good thing when you've got options.
Yeah.
And for the sketch number 9, that's perfect because you need double-sided because you're going to flip that one down. Now, I don't know what I'll do with this. I might maybe stamp something on the back of it, and then when I flip it over, it would have something. I don't know what I'll do with these panels for that, but we shall see. All right, let's get a card base. This one's going to come together quickly. All right. There we go. And then simple layering, just very simple layering on these. It's the same thing. This one had a lot of cuts. This sketch, KCC 20 had a lot of cuts, a lot of cutting. And I think that's why I'm choosing to do them individually because it just was a lot of pieces, parts. Very interesting. Kendra does have a new printable that's going to come out for November.
Oh, yes.
And I have printed some of it and I've got it laying aside. So we're just waiting for it to be released so I can play with that. So that'll be fun. All right. Super, super simple on this one. I like it. We can have more of a margin around this particular set. There's that gnat that I had last night I was trying to kill. It's still hanging around here.
Did you try the trick I showed you with
I
the?
haven't. I did. I had the reason why I haven't is I had gotten some. I'd gone to the Dollar General. They had some kind of a spray that was supposed to. Actually, I'm gonna pop these up. Was actually supposed to get rid of them, and I was trying it first, but and we are at the end of our canning season, so hopefully that'll help. But I don't know. Where are my scissors that I cut sticky stuff with?
We've got we stink bugs have been trying to come into the house and we've had to escort them out.
Well, I know T fights with that all the time. Yeah, it is easier to just kind of scoop them up and throw them out.
Yep. Yep.
I know she's always, and she screams on our lives. It's hilarious.
Well, they're kind of ugly. And they do smell if you squish them, so don't squish them.
Yeah. Mercy. The things you got to think about when you're trying to make a video or a live. You got bugs flying around. You know, you're thinking, do people think I'm dirty and I've got bugs in my house or what? You know,
Yeah.
it's like, it's life. Life is messy. Life is messy.
Yep. But it's also fun.
Yeah, it is. It is. All right. Can keep it that way. These hobbies really make it fun, too. All right. We're going to get them popped up. I'm going to have this one together in no time, just in time for brunch.
Here you go. Enjoy.
We went to brunch the other day and I bumped into my sister's son and daughter-in-law and grandkids, and we joined them. It was fun.
Oh, that's good. I know. The one day we did what you did simply because my husband went in for his appointment and his hemoglobin was lower than it was earlier. So they said, well, you need the injections. So we're waiting, and then the insurance has to get kicked in.
Oh, geez, yeah.
The appointment was at 8 o'clock in the morning. We got out of there at 11 o'clock.
Oh, my goodness. You're probably starving. This is a little bit crooked. I'm going to point out my errors, but it'll be all right. Because as Daria said, it's handmade, not Hallmark.
Yep.
And that goes like that. Super, super fun. I'm loving this. So there we go. Now, it is also calling for, where am I? A little panel here. And I actually even have a die that's shaped like that I could bring in.
What
So
part is that?
it's
Which?
this
Oh,
shape that she's got on there. It says any shape, but I actually have a die that kind of looks like that shape.
yeah. I used a die that looked like that shape too.
Did you?
Yep. Okay.
I'm digging. I saw it earlier. Now I can't find it. It's in my nested dies. I know it's here somewhere. All right, let's just bring it over here and see what we got. I just saw it earlier.
Well, you probably put it away, and that's why you can't find it.
Probably.
With me.
That's how it goes for sure. I think it was a cat scrappiness die. It's in here. Here we go.
Okay, I'm almost done.
I knew that I had it. Now I have options here. I could go smaller than what she's actually showing and not cover up as much of it. I don't have a well, I do have some options here. I have some spellbinder sentiments that I could add to it.
Here. And then put the sentiment here, down here.
Got Sugar Plum Wishes was kind of goes with a, that doesn't go. We might have to leave. I kind of like There's No Place Like Home for the holidays. Even though this is more of a, I guess, like a restaurant or what, or a bakery or whatever, but I just think it has the cozy vibes.
Yeah.
Might go with that one. Okay, so, and we could layer it up and bring in the two colors. Let's do that. Oh, I've got some scraps here that are gonna work. Okay, let's see what the chat is doing. They are very, let's see. Patricia, what are we saying? Shanna looks great. Beautiful cards lady. And Patricia said they are very ugly, and I've had a few this fall. I think she's talking about the stink bugs. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
we've had them.
I've never had the gnats like what we've had this year, so I don't know what's going on.
And then
But
there's the jumping spiders.
jumping spiders. I'm
Jumping
glad we don't
spiders,
have that. That would not make me happy.
and they're
Not be
big.
happy with that.
They're not little. They're big.
Oh my gosh.
You go towards them to smush them, and they jump at you.
Oh my gosh, that's frightening. I'd be screaming.
Yep.
Now that would get me to scream. The
Yeah.
stink, I wouldn't scream at the stink bugs, but that would definitely get me to scream at.
Yeah. I did.
For sure.
My husband ran down. What's the matter? I said,
Yeah. That looks cute. And then we could do.
Yeah, I may add sentiments later. I may not. I may just leave this, add sentiments on the insides.
I think I'm going to add that one. I'm going to use it.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Are you finished?
Yeah, I'm finished.
I'm just about. I'm going to lay this down and then we'll be finished up here. So we'll just get them layered up. There we go. That looks good. And then we'll put our sentiment on here. There's no place like home for the holidays. Reminds me of Dorothy. There's no place like home. There's no place like home.
Okay, now I'm going to have to decide what papers I want to use for the November challenge.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to go Christmas. Do I want to go winter? Do I want to go spring already?
Right. And so you got, see, I don't have a whole, well, wait a minute. How many days do we have? I've got a few more days to finish this setup and get it entered. I don't know if I'm going to make it or not, but okay. So that finishes that one off. I think it's fun.
Nice.
So let's, I'm going to put you on the big screen and have you recap. And do you have, just show all of them that you have, if you have them there handy.
Yep.
And
Yep.
we'll do that.
Okay. This is card number 1, sketch number 1. And let's see. And then this is a twofer because of the way I cut the papers. Oh, no.
Right. No,
wrong.
the other one. Yep.
This one. The gingerbread and the tea and then this one. And see, this is the shape I use. Can you see the shape behind my?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I used for that. So that's the twofer. And then this last one was a quick and easy one. So
very fun.
Anyway, those are my cards.
Awesome. Now I decided that I wanted to add a bow to this. Now, Jana, I don't know if she's still in the chat.
And I stuck my finger in the stickles. I did. Mm-hmm.
Did you? Jana has a little bow maker thing that she's sending me.
So
I'm excited to get that, but I am going to throw a bow on here real quick.
Okay, you need to make yourself bigger too.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I will do that. We'll do the flip-flop. And Patricia said, thank you very much. Very enjoyable. I'm glad you enjoyed it this Monday morning.
Thank you,
And
Patricia.
we try to do Mondays when we can, but our schedule conflicts
Yeah.
periodically. And
Well,
so we
looks
do what we can do.
right now it looks like there's nothing for November and December. We'll see.
Yeah, okay. All right. So I'm going to run through mine and hopefully I can get
Okay.
them in the right order. Um, where is my? Oh, I got to start with the ones I made today is what I need to do. I forgot I did mine out of order. So, well, let's throw that there. So here's my sketch one. And this is the one that I used the packaging for the not too shabby card fronts. I
Yeah.
cut them down and did that. And that was just a quick
Nice.
and easy way. I think that worked out great.
I think it worked out
So
good too.
if you didn't have packaging for this, I don't know how I would have done it with these card fronts. It would have been interesting, but fortunately I had that. So that is one. Here is two.
I
And
like that one.
this is the one that I kind of messed up and then I went ahead and recut it so that I would have, the right flow and everything. And it
Yeah.
did work out well.
Yes,
So
it did.
super fun, just slicing and dicing these panels. So much
Yeah.
fun. And then here's three, which we just finished up. I just threw that bow on there for fun.
Nice.
Super cute. And I'm looking at the things, so I pull them out in the right order. Now for four, it is actually a landscape sketch, and I turned it to a portrait and made it, and just had continuity of my scene there. I just split them up and layered them up according to the sketch, the different sizes and everything, and it came together really nice. And you certainly have the right to flip the sketches and make them your own and change them up and still be able to enter them in for a set of cards. So this one was 5, and it was a little plainer. When people on the video that I did of this, they said which ones were their favorite. I think they skipped this one because it was just more plain. There was more. What I should have done with this was maybe embossed the background layer, and
Or spruced it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Janice says, okay, on the computer now, I can see you so much better. 27-inch monitors help. I bet they do. Thank you, Anna. I appreciate your feedback. And then, so the next one was sketch 6, and I had to turn it as well. It was shown in landscape, but I made it in portrait style. And it came together very simple. I mean, just really simple using a card panel and those sketches. Now, the next one, this one was kind of fun. It was 7, and this is where it had the circles. You laid a strip across here in the circles. And so I just took that panel and cut it, and I used a teeny tiny die and popped those circles out of the panel and then just laid them back on top of the strip just to follow the sketch and to keep my scene going.
That's,
Super, super fun.
that's the one that inspired me to make my hot air balloon
Yes.
card.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then number 8, this one, I omitted some things on this one and I just used the strips and popped it up. I think it looks really cute. The sketch has a circle, a double layered circle that would go on here, but I was not about to cover my birds up. And then it also had a strip, a layer across the bottom. But I just removed those two things, and this is my sketch 8, and that's as far as I've got. So I guess I'm halfway there.
Yeah. Do this.
So I think I could get a set done and get them entered for um, Kendra's card
You got
challenge.
your Friday.
Yeah, Kendra has seen the video where I did the scenes, and she said this was awesome. So, and I did put it in the inspiration. Um, Kendra has a playlist with inspiration from the team that are outside of the hops and all those different things that she does. So you can go there if you just want to, you don't want to watch a hop. If you just want to see various people working with them, she's got a playlist for that. I should have linked it, but I didn't think to do that. But anyway, you can check that out, and I will put this live in that playlist as well, so that there'll be some different things for inspiration. But anyway, so well, I think I appreciate each and every one of you guys for watching.
I do too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Daria and I, we just welcome the opportunity to get together and craft, and we try to coordinate a little bit. Um, sometimes we use this, same brand. Sometimes we don't. We just try to coordinate a little bit of what we're doing. I did link in the description box below the Not Too Shabby link, and I listed what I'm using and what Daria is using. So if you saw something you liked, you can certainly check them out. The names are in there. I did list them, so you can check them out. So anyway, well, we appreciate everyone watching, and we'll let you get on with your Monday business, and hopefully you'll have a fantastic week. It looks like we're off to a beautiful start. So I wish
Yeah.
everyone well, and we'll see you in all the crafty spaces Daria and I are hanging out in pretty regularly. So we'll see you guys later.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Hey, I've got an end button, so we're going to end this thing. All
All
right.
right.
Talk to you later. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.